There are many conflicts to keep an eye on heading into the beginning of 2020, but one that may not be talked about enough is the Yemen civil war. The conflict has its roots in the Arab Spring of 2011, when an uprising forced the country's longtime authoritarian president Ali Abdullah Saleh to hand over power to his deputy, Abdrabbu Mansour Hadi. The political transition was supposed to bring stability to Yemen, one of the Middle East's poorest nations, but President Hadi struggled to deal with various problems including militant attacks, corruption, food insecurity, and a continuing loyalty of many military officers to Saleh. Fighting began in 2014 when the Houthi Shia Muslim rebel movement took advantage of the new president's weakness and seized control of the northern Sada province and neighboring areas. The Houthis went on to take the capital Sana'a, forcing Mr. Hadi into exile abroad. The conflict escalated dramatically in March 2015 when Saudi Arabia and 8 other mostly Sunni Arab states, backed by the US, the UK, and France, began airstrikes against the Houthis, with the declared aim of restoring Mr. Hadi's government. The civil war has killed nearly 10,000 and pushed many people to the brink of starvation. About 80% of the population, or 24 million people, need humanitarian assistance and protection. More than 3 million people, 2 million being children, are malnourished, making them vulnerable to disease. Moving on to chaos, we will be exploring the wildfires in Australia. Australia is being hit by the worst wildfires we have seen in decades. Large parts of the forest have been devastated since fire season began in late July. A total of 28 people have died and more than 2,000 homes have been destroyed or damaged. Authorities are struggling to contain the massive flames. New South Wales has been hit the hardest. The fires have torn through brushland, wooded areas, and national parks. Large cities have been affected as well. Earlier in December, the smoke was so bad in Sydney that the air quality measured 11 times the hazardous level. Causes are to blame most of the time for these fires, but since November, 24 people have been charged with deliberately starting these fires. These fires have affected about 500 million animals. There are more than 2,000 firefighters working on the ground in New South Wales alone, and more troops are on the way. US, Canada, and New Zealand have sent additional firefighters to help. Moving on to counterculture in 2020. The style of 2020 is very complex. It is constantly changing based on what the biggest Instagram stars are wearing. Social medias have a huge impact on everything in today's society. For example, music of the 2020s is based on what songs are popular on TikTok. People I have never shared the same music with are listening to the same songs I listen to because they became popular on TikTok.